it's Emma Grace. Good set, slide, just a little miscommunication, a pancake attempt, no good, and may not have been exactly what Michigan was looking for, but they get the point.
And that's all that matters, as long as that ball hits the floor. I love Serena Nyambio off of that slide. You don't get to do it a ton when you're running a 6-2, but you can get it in a little bit out of serve receive, and it just makes her a little bit more dynamic.
Green's first serve. Opportunity in the middle, and we've seen off speed pay off for both teams so far, and the kill from Mac Bowen.
So I think a little bit of nerves to start, as the sets aren't quite where the hitters expect them to be, but 2 points for both sides.
Good dig off the Neeson serve. And Xavier in the middle, opportunity here for the Wolverines. Jacob's first hit is dug. Again, off speed from both teams. And the first point for Allison Jacobs.
And 3 swings just on that play alone for Jacobs, and finally able to finish it off with a long swing.
Maddie Cochran will serve for Michigan. Float slash miscommunication, and it's 3-1 Wolverines.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of both there on that. It's a really good serve, but also you got to be talking, got to figure out whose gap that is. Ideally, I do want to see Kelsey Neeson taking that ball as the libero.
And she does take that one. And a good dig by Cochran. And Taylor dug. And right side hit is in for Xavier. Anna Taylor.
Anna Taylor, a redshirt senior for this Xavier team. A lot of experience on both of these teams.
Oh, great set and big kill from Allison Jacobs.
And that's where this Michigan team can be especially dangerous. When they get a really good pass, that ball is going to get to the outside exceedingly quick. That ball is not going to go over the height of the top of the antenna. It's going to be like a line drive out there, and it's going to make it really difficult for the Xavier middle to get out and close.
And
Neil
that's
Edwards,
also a Xavier middle, Margot Kemp, who's only a redshirt sophomore. So she had a lot of experience playing last year, but she's going to have to get acclimated to this quick Michigan offense.
And a little bit of a delay. So the official at the scorer's desk.
I think the subs came in pretty quickly, and they're just making sure that everyone is in the correct spot as we start with the serve here.
See Aaron Virtue. And now Edwards to serve. And from the middle, long. And a touch called by the officials. It's 4-3.
Emma Grace with a nice attack there, just getting the top of those hands.
And now
just
Julia
getting the
Grace
touch.
to serve. Imagine the nerves individually, but for both programs, an opportunity that just, we mentioned Michigan for the first time and Xavier for the first time since '07. How about that dig by Kelsey Neeson off the serve receive?
She's a really good passer, great platform control. Xavier's serve receive is really good because you have Kelsey Neeson and you have Emma Grace, 2 of your 3 primary passers, and they are both so consistent. Very, very rarely going to make errors.
Casey Quinochet. Opportunity here for the Musketeers, and they take advantage of it. Emma Grace.
And so far we've seen a lot of Allison Jacobs and a lot of Emma Grace, which is exactly what we expected coming into this match.
What do you know?
And again.
What do you know? The two stars are battling against each other.
The intensity of Allison Jacobs. Look at her in such experience. She took off right behind that 10-foot line, is able to have so much power behind that swing, and is able to jump and land right at the net.
Including the three today, that's 451 on the season for Jacobs. And that off-speed attempt blocked by Michigan. This time they set middle and a block by Mac Boehm.
This is a matchup I'm really interested in on the middles on both sides of the ball. Both teams have very dynamic middles, good size on both teams. Who is going to win these matchups? Because you know Allison Jacobs, you know Emma Grace are going to get theirs. Who's going to kind of be that number 2 and number 3 for each side?
And on that one, the redshirt freshman, Mac, coming up huge.
Opportunity left side, good dig by the Wolverines, Hakovic, or the Musketeers, Hakovic, and Taylor from the back, or Jacobs rather, from the back for the Wolverines.
Taking advantage of the free ball there. And, you know, on the other side, Mac has to stick with Serena Nyambio. She has to go with the middle first, so she jumps with the middle. Then all of a sudden, that leaves Allison Jacobs with an empty net.
Junior Morgan Burke to serve for the Wolverines, and an ace. And it's 8-6. It's her 33rd of the season. And a block in the middle. Nyambio was in on that block.
And not surprising at all, as she led the Big Ten in blocks.
Odd hit by Grace, and a block. Once again, it's Mac Boehm. Boehm was, as a redshirt freshman, as you guys mentioned.
Really, really good block. Great pressing over, good form. If I'm this Michigan team, I really want to be making sure I'm getting these balls pin to pin to try to force the pin blockers to be the primary and not the middles.
But even as a redshirt freshman, Boehm led Xavier with 125 blocks during the regular season.
And just a little long. You saw the opening in the back of the court, and an error by Xavier, and it's 10-7 Wolverines.
Yeah, good instincts to go up, just miss deep, you know. That's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's good to mix up hits, whether you hit on 1 or 2 every so often. It's really good to mix up.
Demetrician with an error, and it's 10-8. That's the era we're in with everyone with iPads, be able to mark things down, and great dig from the Wolverines, and Michigan wants a tip. There is no tip. Ball is long, and Musketeers within a point. And middle kill is put away by Nyambio.
I really like that decision there on a great pass, and even just doing something a little bit different. It's a back one, same as the front one, but just going behind your setter, just making the opposing middle blocker have to think a little bit more, and you can catch her off guard.
And I think for Michigan, the game plan is to try to go after Kemp, as early on they've been able to have success.
Nyambio again, and Xavier, we got a carry, I believe, on double hit on Xavier.
We don't see those often anymore, but you still cannot have the double touch on that ball. Any ball that's going over, typically the second or third, it's got to be clean.
Now it's the Wolverines, or the Musketeers from the back, but that is short. And biggest lead of this first set, 13-9, Michigan.
And Kelsey, I think that was a tough set for Emma Grace. It seemed a little bit low for her to be able to try to get a swing over.
Yeah, I agree.
And Cochran has just been solid serving, and an ace makes it 14-9.
Great float serve. These balls have, oh my gosh, look at that ball taking a dive down to the left. These are incredibly difficult to pass.
Grad student from Illinois. And digs it this time. And Xavier out of system, able to get a key point, make it 14-10.
First kill for Charlotte Moriarty for the Musketeers, and I think a good decision out of system, but still getting the offense spread out.
Nice up.
With a save, and that one in. Off the hit by Margot Kemp.
Really nice defense here. Kelsey Neeson really sprawling out, using her whole body there, and they're running a little bit of a rotational defense, so her responsibilities are going to be a little bit bigger in her area she has to cover.
No kill attempt, and a chance here, and Xavier just has to send it over. Jacobs. Iambio. Defense there, but the block is better for the Michigan Wolverines.
Matchup.
And nice offensive set. Moriarty puts it away for Xavier.
And that's a good way to prove it, is by getting a really good pass. You're able to get that ball out the outside with some pace, and that gives Moriarty a seam in the block to hit through.
Freshman Julia Grace to serve. 15-12 first set here in Pittsburgh. Cochran had to come a long way for that, and Allison Jacobs off the tip, and the Wolverines get it right back.
And I really like there, she's not even hitting it as hard as she can. She's really just intentionally trying to use the block, get that ball off of those fingertips to get an easy kill.
Set up. An opportunity here for Xavier. First time we've seen a slide from the Musketeers. Xavier's calling for a tip, and the point to Xavier. Margot Kemp. 2 kills. Grace and Moriarty also have 2. Kemp with 3, 5 for Allison Jacobs for the Wolverines. Who dig there, and a kill in the middle this time from the Michigan Wolverines, Jenna Haynes.
I love that set from Camille Edwards, getting a great pass, and then the quick back set right behind her that keeps the middle a little bit off, and you could see her inching over a few steps to the right where she thought the set was going to be.
And great block by Michigan. Xavier is able to send it over. Right side hit dug off the scoreboard. That is a live ball. And a good dig this time by Michigan. And the tip pancake attempt is unable to be finished by Neeson. Saw a little bit of everything on that point.
Tremendous defense on both sides of the ball there. I mean, even Jenna Haynes, the middle, getting herself in the action on defense.
And then Demetrician just going with the soft touch, finding that donut open.
See that slide set up just little off for Xavier, and Michigan has opened up a 19-13 lead.
And Amanda, we've seen that on both sides of the ball. A little bit of a struggle early on to get that connection with the setters in the middles on both sides.
And you wonder if that's nerves or just something that they really need to hone in and focus on.
And Xavier is able to put one away, and who else do you go to but Emma Grace?
Emma Grace says, I don't have a connection problem with my setter. Take a look at it here. That ball coming straight down off of overhead. And great awareness by keeping the ball alive.
And Xavier just couldn't put that away, and see an opportunity left side, and just a bit deep off the hit by Demetrician.
And honestly, even getting to that point, I'm not going to lie, I did think that was a little bit of a carry by Serena Nyambio off the block there.
But if you're Xavier, you have to take advantage of that and dominate. They were doing too many soft touches during that play.
And Xavier can't save off the kill in the middle by Nyambio, and Michigan's the first to 20.
And Nyambio, the Big Ten second team selection, has done a really good job this year on both sides of the ball. Coach was talking about her both getting more efficient offensively and also has been a big blocking upgrade. And, you know, as she continues to be a big blocking upgrade, she's good going off of 1 foot, 2 foot. She's really been doing it all for this Michigan team.
Morgan Burke at 2015 ace for Burke.
This Wolverines servers have done a really good job keeping Xavier kind of out of their system. And again, you've got like 4 aces early on here.
And nice by Xavier to kind of quell the momentum. Anna Taylor able to put that away. And it really seems, guys, I don't know if you agree, that Michigan has kind of settled into this a little. They seem more comfortable on the stage right now.
Absolutely.
Well, and they've played in a lot of big matches this year in a very, very stacked Big Ten.
Emma Grace able to get the ace.
And Emma Grace, the unanimous All Big East player, says, hey, wait a minute, we're not out of this yet.
At 21-17, Xavier needs a run. And slide just too much from Nyambio.
And just what a beautiful play from this Wolverine side. Again, able to get number one. All the hitters are stacked over on the left side. And then what you're able to see here is them be able to spread this offense, get Nyambio the ball on the side. Just absolutely beautiful look from the overhead.
And that block, hit through that block by Moriarty. It's 22-18. Michigan's 3 away. Xavier to come up with some type of run with Neeson serving, sophomore from Cincinnati. And no touch, ball is long, 22-19. And we've got a timeout by the Wolverines.
And I think a smart one for Coach Virtue. You see that
just what Michigan wanted to do. Allison Jacobs and the Wolverines 2 from the first set.
I mean, that is just textbook. Look how fast that ball is getting to the outside. It is barely over the top of the antenna. It is incredibly difficult to defend whenever the ball is getting out there that fast. You're never going to get 2 blockers up.
And you can see Margot Kemp was nowhere to be found as the second blocker.
And a block by Gordon off the hit attempt from Grace, and we're at set point.
Solo stuff for Gordon. Take a look at this, getting right in front of that hitting shoulder of Moriarty, and the rejection.
And I love as she even gets up with that, she also has her hands turning back towards 6. When you're blocking on a pin, you always want that ball bouncing towards the middle of court and not out of bounds. You got to be able
program, essentially, and when you look at that, it's what Pitt has done. It's what Nebraska has done. All of the major teams have done that.
Great save, and that does it for the first set. Good set, better finish from Allison Jacobs, and the Wolverines take set number 1. So Michigan, 7 kills.
You can run an offense and compete at a high level.
And Michigan to serve, it's Burke. And a slide and a kill for Xavier to start off this second set. Anna Taylor able to get the point.
And there it is. That's exactly what you want. You get a perfect pass there. You can run all 3 of your options up front. That's how you execute.
Emma Grace to serve. How about your star player going and saving an opportunity there? And then no touch, point Xavier. What a play
But do you think Jacobs knows what this match means to not only her, but the entire Michigan Wolverines volleyball team with that effort? Wow.
Great serve by Grace, good receive by Michigan. And point to the Wolverines, a touch by Xavier.
Ella Demetrician with big arm. I feel like she's got a lot of upside. Only a sophomore, but I feel like she already has 6 double-doubles and 14 matches with 10+ kills.
Another really good serve from the Wolverines. And a chance here with options. They go to option A, and it's dug by Neeson. This time option A hits one off the fingertips of Xavier. And Allison Jacobs with her 8th kill already in this match.
And Jacobs just lives off of these swings going through the block off of the fingertips. Jacobs, I say a little bit undersized at 5'11", but she is when you talk about outsides.
And they're saying that the middle for Xavier, Mac Boehm, went over the net. And there's some discussion about that. And is that something you can't challenge?
No.
But you do have 2 officials that are staring right at that spot, so they have such a good vantage point up above and down below.
Demetrician serve. As Michigan's up to 3-2, make it 3-3. Another kill for Xavier's Anna Taylor.
Nice in-system play there, but what you're looking at here is she cannot touch the ball while it is completely on the Michigan side. That ball has to be in some way over top of the tape.
Now it's Xavier's star player. And a chance here for the Wolverines. Back set is perfectly executed by the Wolverines. Samara Gordon with the finish.
And Gordon picking up her first kill of the afternoon, but Xavier just hasn't been able to get in a rhythm. And it really, like we talked about in the first set, starts with their passing, and so they need to really improve that first touch.
Taylor has been feeling it here. And just Xavier unable to finish that play. And Michigan's up 5-3.
Even when they're getting touches, it just feels like they just can't put it all together. They're not being able to play kind of like that scrappy volleyball where you're just making it work.
And Cochran has been so good.
She's dangerous, and these balls are going at Kelsey Neeson, who's the libero, who's traditionally, that's essentially one of the best passers on your team. And these balls have so much movement on them. When they're coming at you, that looks like they're coming, and then they just drop off at the last second.
Wolverines power through another block. Allison Jacobs. And I think a good timeout here for Xavier at 7-3 here in set number 2.
Just know exactly what shot will be able to get a point for her team.
And a middle attempt that Michigan's able to dig. Looked like it was a point for Xavier, but Michigan keeps it alive. And off a tip, the Wolverines able to get a point as Samara Gordon is able to put that one away.
And just when you think Xavier is going to have a chance to get a point, you see the great defense
Incredible
there.
dig.
Insane defense, but then she goes back to the middle again, and then there's a misconnection.
And in this second set, Anna Taylor has been a bright spot for Xavier. They need a spark. Musketeers looking for somebody to give them a spark.
Yeah, and Eloise Tchaikovsky, who's going back to serve here, serves from incredibly far off of the end line. Coach said a couple of their servers were having some problems getting the ball in play, jumping, so they said, hey, you got to stay down. Then she said, hey, we're having some trouble keeping the ball in play. She said, back up.
Good block, great save by Grace. Wolverines with another opportunity, flying in from the back. Xavier wanted 4 hits, and it looked like Michigan stopped maybe for a second. And Margot Kemp able to put that one away for the Musketeers. Look at that save.
Just outstanding play on the ball. Get some pop to it.
8-5, and Allison Jacobs.
I was going to say, you want to talk about some pop.
Oh
it comes off the right arm of Allison Jacobs. Wow.
Putting her one-on-one without that middle closing because of how fast these balls are getting to the outside. She is so dangerous.
Will Edwards, redshirt freshman from Dallas. Block. Doug Kemp just found the top of the tape. Wasn't able to sneak it over. It's 9-6, no, excuse me, 10-5, I think, Wolverines. Slide, and Kemp's able to get something going, but we just haven't seen Xavier put points together.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of consistency. I love this run here, allowing her to run that slide. Again, you get the pass, you got to be able to execute off of it, because there's going to be so many times where you can't get a middle of the ball because the pass isn't there.
But then you could see that big hole in the block as well, which led to that kill. But then for Xavier, you can't follow up a good run like that with a service error. Right when you get the ball back to try to get yourself back in this match, you just can't be handing out free points.
You can almost feel that that's
yes.
what Christie was thinking right
the frustration.
There. Serve, receive, Moriarty. And Kemp able to put it in. So we've seen some kills. We've seen some good swings from Xavier.
But at some point, you have to hold a server back there. You have to be able to go on a run, get 2 or 3 points in a row. You don't want to be trading point for an entire set.
Casey Quinochet. Good first serve, and Taylor flying in from the back. Dug by Moriarty. Moriarty a little off balance, able to get that over. And right side off speed, Moriarty to the floor. It seems like everything Xavier's trying right now. They can't get by the Wolverines, but they get a touch there, and Xavier's within 4.
And I think a much needed kill for Emma Grace to get herself back in this match. We've seen her play strong defensively, and you talk about strong defensively is Charlotte Moriarty, but they need her to be active and get kills if you're Xavier.
Grace, as Xavier calls for the touch again. But point to the Wolverines on the error. Grace trying to walk it off. And an ace off the top of the tape, and Michigan's taking a stranglehold here in the second set.
And that one hurts. That's just, you know, you get an unlucky bounce. That one, but you can't dwell on that too much.
Slide is blocked and then hit over. Taylor said she wanted it, but they're going to go left side this time. And Michigan gets the kill from Ventrition.
And that's so hard for Macy Hakovich on this near pin to go one-on-one with any hitter on the outside. She only stands at 5'8". Such a great setter, but when you have that height disadvantage, it makes things a lot harder. But when Michigan hands you a point, if you're Xavier, the time is now.
That's just the second service error for the Wolverines. They have not hurt themselves at all in this match.
Which is interesting, because on the season coming in, Michigan had 299 service errors compared to just 227 for Xavier.
And Moriarty's able to save it. If Grace could get a point here, Wolverines keep it alive. Neeson on the floor.
Defense.
And Taylor able to put it away for Xavier.
I like that shot a lot. Really good defense by Kelsey Neeson there, but then finishing it up. I mean, a great extension, and she turned her platform to get it going, but look at that, thumb down, getting that turn to go from 2-zone to 2-zone on the other side.
And that was the best scrappy point that we've seen from Xavier, so you hope that's a boost for them. And then a point handed over.
Yeah, add on to it, and that's what it is. It's like you got to be able to turn that into offense. I think they're playing really good defense right now, but how do you then take that defense and get some points out of it?
And a Lydia Johnson error, so you get a break, a little help from the Wolverines, and now it's within 5. And an ace.
And that's how you do it. Kelsey, you just said a few minutes ago, someone needs to stay at the service line and put pressure, and right now it's the junior setter, the transfer coming from Toledo, Macy Hakovich.
26th ace on the season. And Michigan able to squash that mini rally. They hit in the middle by Nyembio.
Absolutely picture perfect timing there by Nyembio. I mean, she's so athletic, has nice jumping ability, but that timing on that 31, just perfect.
And just a little bit off.
And then on the other side of that, you talk about the timing for Michigan on that play. I don't think if you're Macy Hakovich that that's the ball that you want off of that particular pass. She's going past the 10-foot line.
Xavier stays on the boundary of staying in this second set.
And that was a beautiful set from Hakovich.
Yes.
She had all of her options. She gets herself to the net and is able to get her hands on that ball. A quick set so that the block cannot get set up.
Michigan left side, just too much power from Samara Gordon.
And I know Jacobs is leading the way for this Michigan team, but they've gotten 4 other hitters involved. I think you have to love that. You're running a 6-2. You always have 3 hitters up front. You want all of them to be getting their touches.
And Moriarty just wide. She tried a similar shot just a little bit outside the line, and it's 20-13 Wolverines. You see some substitutions. Quincy Thomas in for Xavier. And from back, easily blocked. Taylor a little bit off. Great dive by Cochran. He sets it to Taylor.
Nice
Cochran.
job.
And Michigan's able to get it over, but not in. And Xavier's able to earn that point.
Really good hustle on both sides of the ball. And again, you're just trying to play scrappy ball. You want to be making the other team force it up. Oh my gosh, Maddie Cochran has been everywhere today for this Wolverines defense.
The name of the game is put the ball on your opponent's side so they can make the mistake.
Neeson get it, she does. And the point's still alive. And Xavier does it again off a hit. And this time, the reaction from Allison Jacobs on the 3rd swing, finally.
I mean, absolutely outstanding up by Neeson, but then Jacobs is just gonna come at her again. Again, look at the hole in that block. She has so much room to work with, and I am loving the enthusiasm afterwards.
Finally, I got the kill on that point.
I love the fun she plays with. Not just enthusiasm, but it's not too big. And Wolverines, a dig attempt, Neeson. Xavier sends it over, 21-14 Michigan, and Allison Jacobs kill 13.
In watching her throughout the season, that deep 5 corner, so kind of in between the girl in the middle back and on the left side of the court, she is lethal to that corner. She is so good at placing a deep ball.
She owns it. I think she should just sign the court right down there. Allison Jacobs was here.
Well, there's someone in the next game that would have something to say about that.
Right? You're right, exactly.
And our next game is #1 seeded Pitt against UMBC. Olivia Babcock. Boy, picture that matchup if that were to come. There's still a lot of volleyball to be played, but 2 service error, and it's set point for the Wolverines.
so tough, like we talked about multiple times, when you finally get a point to then just hand it right back.
Slide Doug. And a kill left side. An Emitrition and Casey Quinochet with an error to start the third set. And Michigan quickly gets the serve.
And that's not the energy that you want to bring onto the court.
Sophomore from Appleton, Wisconsin. And a slide. And into the net by the Wolverines. And it's 1-1.
And I don't know what was going on the Xavier side, but whatever it is, I love their bench.
Macy Hakovich. Allison Jacobs. It has been her afternoon.
And I think you got to give a lot of credit to both Morgan Burke and Camille Edwards doing a great went right through.
I was just going to say that.
Tough, right through the middle's hands.
You're right there.
That was a good decision, good attempt, and no touch error by Michigan.
I mean, Kelsey, on that previous play, if you're Mac Boehm, you can't do it any better. You were right there, and it went through your hands, so you just need to close that gap.
Two all here in the third. Michigan won the first two sets. Just a little too far. And a point to the Wolverines. Samara Gordon. Gordon now will sit down. And coming in to serve for the Wolverines is Camille Edwards.
Nice up.
And saves all over the place. And look at that one by Grace. As quite a defensive rally, and Jacobs, who else, puts it away for the Wolverines.
Another example, great defense on both sides of the ball. These women laying out, getting great touches, keeping this play alive. But Allison Jacobs, really hard to stop right now.
The shove there.
And an ace for Michigan. And while we've seen some swing errors, Michigan just isn't really helping Xavier at all with mistakes on their own.
So keep the ball in play because you have the pressure on Xavier, but instead you hand the point over. Now you only have a 2-point lead.
Neeson has 31 aces on the season. Musketeers need a service run, and they kill dug by Neeson. Kill attempt again, dug by Neeson. Jacobs. That'll put her over, hitting near 400.
Great job by Neeson there. Again, just being outside the block, let that ball come to you. You just got to get an arm underneath it, but they're having a lot of trouble turning defense into offense.
And Xavier just wide, a point to Michigan. The
And
Wolverines all of a sudden are up 4.
If you're Xavier, you're really just trying to find offense wherever you can. I mean, we saw Charlotte Moriarty start in this match, but then Quincy Thomas started here in the third set. So they're really just trying to see if anyone can provide a spark.
And Xavier couldn't get it over. And it's 8-3 Wolverines. Get that feeling that this game is going 100 miles an hour for Xavier and about 40 for Michigan. Wolverines right side, deep, and no touch. Xavier gets the point.
Huge boost for Xavier.
We've said it a few times. Can they take advantage of it?
Exactly. This
Like,
is
now's your time to make a move.
This is where you have to go now. Put your foot on the gas. Keep yourself in the match.
Eloise Tchaikovsky likes to move to the music and get a serve in. Xavier, Jacob saves it. Oh, nice decision and a left-handed kill.
I
Just
absolutely
inside the
love
back.
that. High IQ play. No one goes up with her, and she's front row, so somebody should be addressing her every single time she's about to set in the front row with a good pass, but caught him sleeping.
And big kill for Demetrician, and that little mini run from Xavier stops, and it's 9-5.
And that's where the height of the 6'2" Demetrician really plays an advantage over 5'8" Macy Hakovich.
And Xavier gets a kill from the left side. Quincy Thomas.
Thomas newly into the match. We saw her at the tail end of the second set, and now here in the third, picking up her first kill of the match. And you can see how excited that she is.
Xavier down 3. Michigan's Allison Jacobs from everywhere today.
Absolutely beautiful. And again, they're running these set plays to open, and then all of a sudden you have her coming down the middle of the court untouched.
What a bump set from Xavier as Emma Grace is able to put it away, getting back to a 3-point deficit.
That's a dime from that bump set.
Perfect spot right there, that deep corner. It's exactly what Emma Grace needed.
Hakovich, nice play. Michigan looks to answer on the slide, and a touch by Xavier and a hit through by Nyembio. We haven't called her name as much recently.
And this serve-receive rotation for them has been so efficient with her running this slide.
I think pretty much every time they get a good pass on that, the ball has gone to Nyembio. But again, Michigan letting Xavier stay in this match. That's at least the second service error that we've seen just in this set alone.
So Hakovich back to serve at 8-11. Chance here on a slide, blocked straight down.
But on the Michigan side.
And they do, with the big right side hit from Anna Taylor. And it's 11-10.
Anna Taylor's been quiet early on, but again, 2 straight kills. I think you got to keep getting her the ball. Anyone that's going to have a hot hand, I think you got to feed if you're Xavier.
There's Taylor again. This time she's blocked off the net. Taylor has to send it over. Chance here for the Wolverines. Good set right side, but another error, and what do you know? We're 11-all and a timeout.
This is a pin hitter. Multi-talented.
Hakovich to serve as Xavier on a 4-0 run to tie it at 11. And Jacobs is blocked this time.
Finally starting to see this momentum build on the Xavier side. Pass was a little bit off the net, set was a little bit inside. You get 2 blockers up, and all of a sudden, you're starting to go.
And now a lead for Musketeers. And a kill right side from Samara Gordon, and we're 12-all.
But you have to credit Xavier for what they were just able to do to get themselves to this point. A 5-1 now scoring run to be even at 12 here in the third set after dropping the first two.
Oh, and Cochran has just been, if there's a sub-MVP to Jacobs, it's Cochran.
Well, and that's where I think, though, I was really just going to say they need to get out of this rotation quickly with Cochran serving, and what'd she do? Drop an ace.
And block. Wolverines hit it through the block, and it's 14-12 Michigan. Cochran is a serve away from tying a Michigan ace record in an NCAA tournament match. Now Cochran with the bump set to Jacobs. Just has to send it over. And a kill left side by Emma Grace. Xavier back within a point. Grace to serve.
Grace picking up her 5th kill of the match, but it also goes along with 5 errors, and that's so hard whenever you look to try to lead your team as she has done all season.
Gordon, held by Grace. Xavier can tie it off speed, they do, with Mac Boehm.
And that's where it's important, turning that defense into offense. You're getting these ups. They've been doing that the entire match. They've been playing really good defense. But then how do you take one of these ups and find the floor on the other side?
Time Jacobs blocked and into the pin. And Michigan point, and it's 15-14.
And that was a great job by the Xavier defense. They got a block touch on the swing of Jacobs to slow it down for their defense, but then that's where you have to take that opportunity to turn it into offense.
Yeah.
You just dug Jacobs, so turn it into a point.
Neil Edwards. And I tell you what, it's been a good second and third set for Anna Taylor. That's her 8th kill, and it's 15-all.
Coach Peffenberger talked a lot about her being a vocal leader of this team, really being kind of the one that a lot of the freshmen have looked to. And I think this is where you got to lean on these women that are a little bit older and see if they can help you kind of put it together in this third set.
You know what you can't teach? Size.
Nope.
Jenna Haynes puts that one away easily, and Wolverines back in front by 1.
But again, so many of these balls, look where their setter is at. She's barely moving. She's just hanging out up there at her X.
And a kill for Xavier for Margot Kemp. And Tchaikovsky to serve now for Xavier, back at 16-all. Touch off the bump set is perfect for Michigan. David Trishan. I've seen her make some really key plays in this match.
And she's really been all about the strong swing, so I really like the decision for her to go off speed, seeing that she had that double block in front of her and had space behind it.
6 kills, 4 digs. Xavier keeps it alive. Wolverines are going to set middle, and a kill middle by
perfect to get it to her setter so that she could kill it.
Jenna Haynes serving, and a great vision by Margot Kemp to put that away.
I agree, absolutely. Beautiful court vision there. I mean, plus you also have a middle back there, so I don't love the odds of the middle getting up there to make that play.
She's made a few today, though.
Yeah.
Already serving, and quickly Michigan gets it back. Nyembio has come alive here in the third.
And these all start with a pass. But I mean, great set here by Edwards and just giving her room to work.
19-17 Michigan. You see the hit percentage from Nyembio. Slide Side by Kemp. And a block by Grace at 5'10".
And that thing went straight down. Wow.
I mean, perfect location. Again, that left hand pressing towards 6, so pressing towards the middle of the court so that ball can bounce back inside.
And off the top of the net and save back and point Wolverines. Michigan found a way to get a point.
With a really tight pass. I really think Morgan Burke did a great job there. They said it was a little tight, but Demetrition made a really good play on that. Again, just using the hands of the defense that are in front of you.
And block saved. And Grace sends it over and blocked down, but out. So Xavier able to kind of manufacture a point there on their side, 2019. Jacobs is just too much tonight.
And Maddie Cochran just putting on an absolute clinic from the back row and a service line as well.
And here she is again. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hakovic.
We saw her go with the swing a few points ago, but now
and
with
that's
the
where,
push.
I mean, if you're Cochran, you got to be ready for that.
No one from Michigan saw that coming.
Nope.
Chance for Xavier to tie it up. However, 19 kills now for Allison Jacobs.
And I say that this is the opportunity for Xavier to be able to take advantage because their setter is now in the back row, so they have 3 hitters. But the disadvantage for try to be offense rather than just going with the smart play.
Middle kill attempt, dug from knees. And say if that falls for Jacobs, then you really know. And a big swing by Anna Taylor. And again, it's a 1-point third set.
I think you got to keep working this offense pin to pin. She's getting a little bit of a nice opportunity there where the block isn't set up. She has a nice shot across court.
And Neeson serves it long. It's been a Xavier team that has fought this entire match, trying to stay in it with Allison Jacobs to serve 2 points from the match. From the back, dug by Cochran. And Jacobs has it thrown right back at her by Margot Kemp.
And that, Kelsey, a rare miscommunication between a setter and Allison Jacobs is that was a really low set. So the only chance she had was a roll shot, and then Kemp just stayed home in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little bit low. You want to give her some time and give her some air to be able to attack that.
Eloise Tchaikovsky.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I mean,
Demetrition.
absolutely beautiful there. I mean, just tearing the leather off the ball. Again, huge opening in the block, but I mean, that's like hitting in warm-ups right there. You're just letting it rip.
Shanna Haynes. Xavier staying alive.
Do you think that Emma Grace knew exactly where Haynes was
Yes,
defensively?
yes.
Hey, Haynes is back there serving again. I know exactly where my swing is going to go.
Yep, that's high IQ. You got to know when there's somebody that isn't typically in the back row, and how do I make them have to make a play on the ball.
Still match point. And no longer. Demetrition.